I think whenever I feel like people's minds or hearts are in total darkness about something, I'm gonna film this way. I'm just gonna film in the dark. I'm either gonna put the camera down or I'm just gonna go into a dark room like I am right now, right before I go to bed. I want to make this really brief because I really shouldn't even belabor this point. But go to the link in the description box. A 10-year-old boy got his black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. Now, whether or not you agree with child black belts is one thing, but what's happened is he's gotten death threats. He's gotten death threats because he got a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm assuming that these death threats have come from martial artists. So I guess we live in an age now where if we don't like what somebody says or what they do, we threaten to kill them. I really think we need to do better than this. And, it makes me wonder, if I ever have a kid that gets a black belt that young, so far, I haven't seen anybody who's on that particular track yet to get a black belt at 10, but maybe 12. Maybe 12. I think I got a couple that might get it at 12. But you never know. The one who I'm thinking might not be on the track to get it at 10 may jump up and do it because this particular person been training since they were 3 or 4 years old. So that'd be 10 years in. No, that would be 6 years in. So, but anyway, my point is we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't be making death threats against a child. I mean, a child. This is a child here. We should be making death threats against a child because the child achieved something. The child worked hard. The child put in the time. What was it? It was 2 years to a black belt in that school. That boy could have been training every single day for hours a day. You don't know. And whether you agree with it or not, if you disagree with it, then you disagree with it. If you disagree with it, how about you open up your own club or school and you teach the way you think it should be done? But until then, we have people in the dark about how to handle child black belts. People are in the dark about that. And this is just like the thing again. And it all started because someone posted the child getting the black belt on Facebook. So this is just like with Freddie Lee, Sergeant Willie Pete, and Tommy Sotomayor. Oh, speaking of which, we now have to add to that list Tariq Nasheed and Zaja Ali, a.k.a. Junior Daniels, because they've gotten bodily harm threats because people didn't like what they said or did, said or did, something from the internet. I don't know if we could technically add Corey Holcomb to that list, but I don't know. Someone seemed like to me that some of the stuff he said could be interpreted as threatening towards Corey Holcomb, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. And my opinion is, especially those of us who are in the martial arts community, or whatever community that you're in, I don't care what your community is, can we please not cyberbully the children? Or anyone. But especially not a 10-year-old because the 10-year-old earned a black belt.